Let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Putri Nabilla N.S. I'm a student from President University. I'm majoring in international relations. You can find me on my Instagram at benabilanov, or you can reach me on my email below. Thank you.
Hello guys, finally we go to the week 7 and we're gonna talk about the idea of justice. As usual, I hope that you're healthy and always happy, and I want to deliver it again with me, Putri Nabilla N.S. channel. And yeah, let's get started. So there are several concepts of justice. The first one is this distributive justice, the second is retributive justice. Retributive justice is concerned with right, and retributive justice is concerned with criminal justice. The first one is distributive justice, is when we should to determine or who get this right, who gets that right, who should have this kind of right. That is distribution of justice. And then the second is retributive justice. That is something that often we see in the criminal case. Like when people kill someone, they will get the punishment or they will get the consequences. That is the retributive justice. And then the concept of justice. Justice is giving people what is due and not giving what is not due. So in other words, we're making sure that citizens get their right. So it's basically the simple version is we give people deserve. And then how do we know what is due is? So according to the Adam Smith, a political philosopher, he said that not what it would be nice for them to have, not what it would be polite to give them, not even what it would be morally good to give them, but what they have as their due. That is justice. And then justice is divided by two. There is justice to duty to deliver what is due, and then duty to ensure deliverance even by force. That's the meaning of justice. In here, duty to deliver what is due is, for example, the right to fair trial. Do you remember in the week 6, for example? So there are right to fair trial as citizen from government, right? So it means that the government delivering the right to represent. So the state or the government have an obligation as a state to deliver to the person that's their out there. That's the first duty, to deliver this right. And then the second is duty to ensure deliverance. So the government makes sure that this right arrives to the right person. If it means forcing them to do it, or yeah, forcing them basically, but they actually deserve to get it. So this is the duty of government. And the other example is education. So the justice is, I have the right to an elementary education. So this state duty to deliver what is due is government provides school and funding. And then duty to ensure deliverance even by force is government makes sure you finish at least 12 years of school. So we move to the philosophers, that is Rawls. There is belief that justice as fairness. Justice tries to blend equality with liberty, and justice is an updated social contract, and the third is a more rational conception of justice. There is what the content or the content of their book. So the veil of ignorance. So Rawls believe that remove yourself of any form of attribution, be it ethnicity, race, gender, economic status, and etc. You are a rational, equal, and free person. You have no idea in that condition you will board. That's the veil of ignorance. So we ignore about our background, about our gender, about our economic. We are same, we are equal, we are free person based on routes. And basically, routes have two principles too. That's type. So the first one is principle of equal liberty. So each person is to have an equal right to be the most extensive total system of equal basic liberties compatible with a similar system of liberty for all. So everyone should be able to access their liberties like freedom to vote, freedom to run for office, freedom for arbitrary arrest, freedom of speech, or freedom to assemble. So once again, the principle of equal liberty. Everyone should be able to access this liberty. And then the second is different and equal opportunity principle. Social and economic inequalities are to be arranged so they are both to, to the greatest benefit of the less advantaged, consistent with the seventh principle, and attached to officer position open to all under condition of fair equality of opportunity. So the equal opportunity in office or position of power in society need to open to all. Why? When this is to ensure equal access to political power for everyone, not just a select few. So equal opportunities. So everyone get the same chance to get equal access. And a different principle. So inequalities are allowed only if they benefit the less well off. Like example, affirmative action, gender code, and extra. So Rawls summarize is the state through social and political institution is responsible for distributive justice. This is where will lead to the true equality and liberty, based on John Rawls summarize. And then there are the other guy that is Gnostic idea of the minimal state, the book. So he believes that there is no such thing as distributive justice. Any distribution implies a central authority which results in the violation of the individual's liberty. So the state function is to maximize and protect negative liberty. The first is rightfully a question until a person something. That is justice in a question. So if you acquire something legally, you are entitled to do it. If you add fully to it, you are entitled to do it. If you are entitled to something, nobody else has the right to take it away from you unless you consent to them. There is justice in equation. And then B, its rightful transfer entitles a person to something. If you acquire something through a legal transfer, you are entitled to it. An illegal transfer is one which you do not consent to or are forced to consent to. And last, the state thus can act as an arbiter of justice here, but only if both individuals consent to bring it to court. And then the last is a previous wrongful transaction can be rectified. This is justice in rectification. Even the past you were cheated in your entitlements, there should be a mechanism to rectify the wrong. Anything obtained due to rectification thus become your entitlement. So, Gnostic summarize is as long as you follow the three principles of entitlement, any form of distribution is just. The state should not interfere with entitled properties, thus doing so means interfering with justice. And then the last is we go to the social justice. What is social justice? So, social justice is the idea that there should be a just relation between the individuals and society. This comes from Rawls, the idea that social and political institutions should play an active role in distributing justice. However, the topic differs from ambiguity and a coherent goal. It remains debated even today. So, social justice is basically a relation between the citizen and the government itself. So, we need it to achieve our goal as a citizen. And so, for this week, I think that's all. The conclusion is so, justice is something that we give to the people that they deserve, what is due, and we don't give them about what is not due, what we give them about what they deserve basically. And then there are two philosophers, that is Rawls and Nozick, that have different perception of justice. And the last is social justice. This is the idea and just relation between the individual and society. So I think that's all for week 7. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for your uh, for for watching. Thank you so much for my lecturer, that is Sir Agus, because this material I get all of them is from Sir Agus. And then thank you for all the support. I'm sorry for there are a mistake or something. If you want to confirm, if you want to comment, if you want to revise it, just contact me by email. Thank you. So guys, this is the end of the presentation. If you have any comment, advice, or even you want to revise it, please feel free to contact me via email. And I want to give credit that all of this material is below to my lecturer, that is Gusti, Bagus, Dharma, Agastia. Thank you so much, sir, for the material, and you delivered the material so well. Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.